Enugu child bride scandal. Families arrested after viral wedding sparks nationwide outrage. Hello my beautiful people and welcome back to Gist Angle. Today we are looking into a deeply troubling incident from Enugu State, an event that has shocked parents, activists and community leaders across Nigeria. A viral video surfaced online showing a marriage ceremony that many believe should never have happened in the first place. The details are disturbing, the reactions have been intense, and the government has now stepped in with strong action. What really happened? Who is responsible? And how did a situation this serious unfold without anyone stopping it? Here is the full report. The Enugu State government has invalidated a controversial marriage between an underage girl, identified as Amarachi, and an adult man following widespread condemnation across social media platforms. The incident, which occurred in Amoife community in Enugu Ezike, Igbo North local government area, gained public attention after videos and photographs from the wedding ceremony went viral, prompting concerns over child protection and human rights violations. In a press statement released on Thursday, November 27, the Commissioner for Gender, Women and Children Affairs, Mrs. Ngozi Eni, confirmed that the state acted swiftly to halt what she described as an illegal and harmful union. Authorities disclosed that the marriage had already been consummated before intervention. According to the Commissioner, the ministry had initially invited the families involved for questioning to determine why a minor had been given out in marriage despite the severe psychological, health and legal implications. These risks, she noted, include increased susceptibility to cervical cancer and other complications associated with early pregnancy. When the families failed to respond to the invitation, the ministry moved to ensure their arrest. Those arrested include the parents of the minor, the groom and his parents, as well as a matchmaker identified as Mrs. Patience, a native daughter who claimed ignorance of the illegality of child marriage. Further investigations revealed troubling details. Amarachi disclosed in a private session that she had been forced into the marriage and had never attended school. Meanwhile, the groom's mother admitted that she had actively sought a wife for her only son, but provided no explanation for selecting a child. The matchmaker, Mrs. Patience, insisted she was unaware that arranging such a marriage constituted a criminal offense. However, officials stated that the ministry's legal team educated all parties on the child rights law, penalties for child marriage, and the health dangers of early matrimony such as vesico-vaginal fistula and cervical cancer. The broader issue of gender-based violence was also addressed. The ministry confirmed that all suspects have been transferred to security agencies for further investigation and assured the public that the case will be pursued in line with the law. Now my people, how do you see this incident that happened in Enugu? This is really heartbreaking on every level, and it forces us to ask how something so shocking could still be happening in 2025. The idea that a whole community could gather to marry off a child, a girl who should still be under her parents' protection, shows just how much work we still have to do in this country. This is not just a mistake. This is a deep failure of responsibility, awareness and basic humanity. When the video went viral, people were outraged, and rightfully so. This is a child who, if things were normal, should be in JS2 right now. Someone that should be wearing a uniform, not a wedding dress. She should be holding books and learning, not being handed over to a grown man as a wife. Everything about this situation screams violation of her rights, her innocence, her dignity, and her future. The government intervention was necessary and timely, but it shouldn't have taken social media pressure for anyone to realize how wrong this was. The fact that the marriage had already been consummated makes it even painful. That means this little girl was already exposed to the emotional and physical trauma of an adult marital environment long before her body or mind could ever understand what was happening to her. Listening to the commissioner's report makes the whole case even more disturbing. Amarachi revealed that she had never been to school. Imagine that. A child who has never sat in a classroom, never held a textbook, never experienced the simple joy of learning. Yet somehow she is considered old enough to be a wife. This is how cycles of poverty and ignorance continue. When a girl is denied education and pushed into early marriage, her entire life is reshaped by forces she cannot control. What is even more shocking is the response from the families involved. The groom's mother openly admitted that she just wanted a wife for her only son, as if she was shopping for an item, not arranging the life of a child. No explanation, no remorse, just entitlement. And the matchmaker, a native doctor, claimed she didn't know child marriage was illegal. Whether that is true or not, it exposes a bigger problem. Many people still behave as if cultural practices are above the law, but there is nothing cultural about destroying a child's life. We should know that early marriage destroys girls physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Just like the commissioner explained, it puts them at risk of complications like VVF and cervical cancer. It takes away their chance at education. It traps them in adulthood before they are even old enough to understand childhood. And the saddest part is that these girls rarely have a voice. They simply obey whatever decision is made for them. That is why this case is so important. It is not just about Amarachi. It is about every vulnerable girl in the rural communities whose story never makes it to the internet. It is about the children who are being prepared right now, quietly, for the same fate. It is about the parents who don't understand the damage they are causing and the communities that normalize harmful practices. If the government wants to show it truly cares, this case cannot end with arrest alone. Amarachi needs to be placed in school and protected. The community needs awareness programs because it is obvious they are ignorant of the law. Because at the end of the day, this incident is a painful reminder that child protection is not optional. It is a collective duty. Imagine a girl who should be in school, likely in JS2, was handed over in marriage instead of being handed books, guidance, and a future. This is more than a community failure. It is a wake-up call for every parent, leader, and neighbor to speak up when something is wrong. Silence only empowers abusers, and laws mean nothing if we do not enforce them. Protecting the next generation must always come before tradition, secrecy, or personal gain. But now, the big questions remain. How many other cases like this are happening silently in rural communities? How many girls are slipping through the cracks because no one is watching? And will this government action be the turning point, or just another story that fails until the next tragedy? If you care about child safety and justice, my beautiful people, don't just watch. Stay involved, stay alert, and stay passionate. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Gist Angle, and drop a comment. Your awareness and contributions could save a child out there from a similar fate.
It's Gist Angle.